In this video, we will talk about Staph aureus, Staphylococcus aureus. We have already classified Streptococcus and Staphylococcus, and we have also classified Staphylococcus in the cons and pathogenic. So Staph aureus comes in pathogenic. So that's why it is first of all, if we talk about it, is gram-positive cocci, and it is catalase positive, which means if we have already classified catalase positive means Staphylococcus, and catalase negative means Streptococcus. Alright. And what is coagulase positive? Coagulase positive means, we have already discussed this, it is cons. Coagulase test differentiate between cons and pathogenic Staphylococcus. Alright. So it is coagulase positive. And if we talk about gram staining, so in gram staining it appears like violet grape like clusters. This colonies appears like violet grape like clusters, like we can see in this picture. These are violet grape like clusters we can see everywhere. So this was about gram staining. And so now we will talk about culture media. So we all know that for the diagnosis purposes we have to grow this bacteria on culture. So these we use different type of culture medias. So first of all, it is nutrient agar. So if we take this nutrient agar and we put this bacteria and it will grow, then it will appear like golden yellow pigmentation. In this picture we can see these colonies are golden yellow pigmentation we can see in this colony. So this was about nutrient agar. And if we talk about blood agar, it causes beta hemolysis, and colony size will be like pinhead size colonies. So in this picture we can see this is pinhead size colonies, and this is blood agar. So yes, this was about blood agar. And mannitol salt agar, this is base selective media, in which we can completely see this that it transform from pink to yellow, just like it will appear like this colonies like yellow. First of all it will be pink, and then after culturing it will become yellow. So in mannitol agar it is base selective media because it also differentiate between epidermidis and other bacteria. So and the Ludam's media, it is also second based media. We can also use salt milk agar. Okay, so now we'll talk about virulence factors. So in virulence factor there is thickness of peptidoglycan layer. It is gram positive cocci, so obviously the peptidoglycan layer will be thick. It will protect it very well. And the other one is teichoic acid. This is also a kind of acid which is virulence factor, which it uses as a virulence factor. And the third one is clumping factors. Clumping factors which we use for side coagulase test. We know that these gram positive cocci are two types. So one is bound, and like two types, bound and free. For identifying of a bound gram positive cocci, we have to do slide coagulase test, in which there is clumping factor, so we can identify between bound and free GPC gram positive cocci. Alright. So we use it as a slide coagulase test for this clumping factor. And there is protein A. This protein A is not present in all kind of Staph aureus strain. It is particularly present in COAN1 strain of Staph aureus, and it also plays a role in coagulation. So it has a binding property with the Fc portion of IgG. So we use it for some time coagulase test, like we use any kind of IgG from outside, and this IgG is already bounded with protein A. So if we do reaction IgG plus antigen, so it will be done by help of a proteinase, so we can identify this bacteria easily. If we have strong suspicions of this bacteria that it has protein A, so yes, we can do this test also. And there is hemolysins. There are alpha, beta, gamma, all kind of hemolysins. These are also virulence factors. And leukocidin, it is a penton valentine toxin, which kills leukocytes. So yes, it is also very dangerous. And there are enzymes like DNase, thermonuclease, coagulase, hydroluronidase, lipase, phosphatase. So these all are enzymes which which are very dangerous for our cells. So yes, these all things cause virulence in our body.